This is one of our problems we have with our garden. If you look under the willow tree, you can see bunny rabbits. And bunny rabbits love gardens. And this mama actually has some babies with her, at least one, maybe two. So that causes us some problems trying to keep the bunnies away from the garden. And there she goes with her white tail up. Alright, so let's see what we got here. We've got some cucumbers, straight 8 cucumbers. Actually, you can see a straight 8 cucumber right there on there. They'll really grow out pretty good. And this is a zucchini. I picked it today. Had some wind damage there. We lost that zucchini. This is actually a sweet potato that we had left over. We just threw it on that hill. These is our regular cucumbers. And these are our baby green beans. You can barely see them here. Coming up. I should say our new green beans that are coming up here. And then these are our green beans that are already producing. We've got some early beans and late beans. And then right over here are potatoes. We've got 6 rows of potatoes. We've already dug 1 row and started canning them. Starting to get dark, so I don't know how well the video will show, but this is all onions. This is all peppers. This is cabbages with some cabbages missing. Obviously, we've been eating some cabbage rolls and fried cabbage. These are our tomatoes, and they're kind of bogged together, kind of hard to see on the camera, but our rows are straight through. These are Roma tomatoes. I hear my guineas in the back talking to me. If they know I'm out, they like to sing to me. So let me see. I know I've got a watermelon back here, right there. And there's another one right there. I didn't even know that one. Just kicked it. There's another one right here, Mom. Look at this one. And I got some cantaloupes right there.
Oh, yeah.
Some cantaloupes in here, but I don't see any right here close. This is a couple of rows of okra. And these are sweet potatoes, and this is the first year we've run any sweet potatoes, but we've got 4 rows of sweet potatoes here. They're doing pretty good. Let me go up here in my okra and see if I can't. Oh, I spotted one just now. There's one of my cantaloupes. And so we definitely have some cantaloupes that are coming on. They're just not ripe yet. Picked a pretty good mess of squash today, so I don't see. I got a lot of volunteers tomatoes coming up. As you can see, this one's coming up right in the middle of my okra. We usually let them grow, and sometimes they do as well or better than the ones we planted. So these are my squash. They're just about 4 foot high, probably 3 or 4 foot around, waist high on me. And here's the tomatoes. They're pretty good height too, as you can tell. They're about pretty high too. This is what our tomatoes look like. Here's our tomatoes. We've got tomatoes everywhere. And here's some more Roma tomatoes. And there's some more. You can tell our tomatoes are really starting to come on now. They're getting pretty full. Got some plants I'm needing to tie up. I see one back here that's kind of fell over. Tomatoes have really gotten heavy on them. Here's some tomatoes. There's a few. I see one that's might have missed that one there today, but there's one that's almost red. I see a little squash in there that we didn't get today. We'll get that tomorrow. Alright. That's just about it. Let me see. This is that tomato plant that fell over I showed you a while ago. I'm going to have to get some of these tied up. These are starting to
that one fell
fall over pretty good, yeah.
Big tomatoes on.
Some pretty big tomatoes. And then that's a row of onions. We're going to let our onions grow so we can have them for salsa. I'll take a run out here to the orchard and show you some of our trees. They're just about done for the year, but show you the trees anyway. This is an apple tree, and we did get a pretty good mess. We had a good batch of fried apples tonight. Good batch of fried apples and some good old apple jelly for wintertime. That's our apple tree. And this apple tree here is a Granny Smith. So they're quite a bit greener. Apples really didn't make a lot on these real big. As you can tell, they're not real big, and it is starting to get darker. So this is our peach tree. Got a pretty good mess of peaches off of it too, as many as we wanted. This is our cherry tree, and it's about done for the year. We had more cherries than we're going to eat. You can see some of the cherries that are in there. We gave them away and took them to church, and had a lot of cherries on it. And then we got one more tree back here that's a plum tree. And the plums were about the same way. The plums this year I think were sweeter than they'd ever been, but we just had more than we could. Here's a good plum right in here. It's a pretty good plum right there. That's what the plums look like. They are really good, really sweet. So this is what the garden looks like. It's 50 feet that way and 100 feet that way. So it's 100 feet by 50 feet. We get quite a bit of good stuff out of it, a lot of enjoyment out of it. That's our green beans. And this is our potatoes, and the weeds have kind of taken over, but there comes a point where you just can't keep the weeds out of them anymore. Alright, so that is the tour of the garden.